Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Pull me again, you can't pull me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't pull me again. Can't pull me again. You can't pull me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't pull me again.
What people do in no money, what people at you, in no at you. Covid money, miss away in the yellow corrupt you. Use the youth, them money, waste a must have statue. Say me like a catch you, but bigger than a figure you. Take the spit of money, God and say that is not you. One day the man above him up, him a got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly by like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me,
300% free.
it burn me,
Garbage pile of the day.
it burn me,
Give the teacher them
it
raise.
burn me,
I see corruption
it
fees.
burn me,
Mash down the people them house.
it burn me,
Every day appear arms out.
it burn me,
Appear money them a thief.
it burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't pull me again. You can't pull me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't pull me again. Can't pull me again. You can't pull me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't pull me again.
Come me say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The 100 the promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, they rap and they down in a whatever. Member bowl only and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start and people themselves.
It burn me,
Or they treat the market man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the cat man.
it burn me,
Or they treat the peanut man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the dirt man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat the son man.
it burn me,
Or them a treat policeman.
it burn me,
How them a treat soldier man.
it burn me.
How them a treat everyone.
Can't pull me again. You can't pull me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scandal, we can't buy time. You can't pull me again.
Stibby-dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on a cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Public finance in our country is one heap of chaka chaka. Everybody have their hands in the cookie jar. This government is not too far from any financial scandal. Money missing here, money missing there, money missing everywhere. Good evening and welcome to Drive Time London. Thank you for joining us. We have emerged from our TikTok jail. We're also back on TikTok this evening. Our jail sentence ended at 1 o'clock today. Thank you all for joining us on TikTok this evening. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. How wanna do? Wherever wanna tapping in from, like and share the live, please. It's quite a busy evening because this government, no matter how Andrew Holness-led government try to break away from the debacle of the fingering of the Jamaica finances, can't get himself far from it. We have an awful lot of article to get through with you this evening because, Lord have mercy, it has all fallen apart in the country's public finances. And when we say fall apart, we mean fall apart. The country's public finances has fallen apart. And we're not going to waste a lot of time this evening. We're going to get into the news for you because we want to hear every drips and jabs of all the falafels coming out of this bastardized regime. Money missing from every quarters at central and local government. But we have a lot of article to go through. Let's get on with it.
Health Ministry faces increased pressure to show how $830 billion was spent. The Ministry of Health and Wellness, MOHW, is facing more heat as its level of tardiness has increased this year, owing to its failure to present appropriation accounts for 11 years to the Auditor General's Department, AUGD, for scrutiny. Over the 11-year period 2013 to 14 to 2023 to 24, Parliament approved $829.6 billion of taxpayers' money, or 10.8% of the national budget, for the management and administration of the health sector by the ministry. Last year, the Gleaner reported that taxpayers and the Parliament were unable to assess how the ministry spent nearly $700 million in public resources over a 10-year period, owing to a failure by the then accounting officer, Dunstan Bryan, to submit the appropriation accounts to the Auditor General. Bryan has since gone off on study leave. Under the Financial Administration and Audit (FAA) Act, Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis is required to audit the appropriation accounts and give an opinion on whether the money expended has been used for the purpose for which it was approved and verify whether the expenditure exceeds the amount authorized. However, Monroe Ellis highlighted that up to the time of reporting, the Health Ministry did not return or submit for audit scrutiny 23 appropriation accounts for financial years 2013 to 2014 to 2023 to 2024. Headlines delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the Gleaner's morning and evening newsletters. Accounts did not meet standards. In December 2023, the accounting officer at the MOHW submitted 15 of the 21 outstanding appropriation accounts for financial year 2013 to 2014 to 2022 to 2023. However, Monroe Ellis said that the accounts did not meet the standards for submission as set out in Section 8.17.6I and 2 of the Financial Instructions. She said the Chief Audit Executive did not sign off on the appropriation accounts report submitted due to material inaccuracies. Additionally, 2 of the appropriation accounts were not accompanied by the required statement of explanation for cause of variances. As a result, the reports were returned to the Ministry for correction and resubmission. Monroe Ellis said the Ministry has since advised that it is working with the Internal Audit Unit to ensure the accuracy of the outstanding appropriation accounts and their submission to the AUGD by March 31, 2025. The FAA Act requires accounting officers to prepare and submit to the Minister and the Auditor General the appropriation account, setting out the expenditure for the year against the approved budgetary allocation 4 months after the fiscal year. The Auditor General reminded the Health Ministry of the need to implement proper systems that will ensure the accounts are prepared and submitted. She said management has affirmed its commitment that with a now fully staffed final accounts unit, the Ministry will ensure that the appropriation accounts are submitted by the stipulated timeline going forward. Edmund.Campbell@gleanerjm.com.
One down, many more to go. When you say with public finances are plating and play about and run around, I wonder where all of those money have gone. And I wonder how much MPs and councillors from both sides of the fence has benefited from these squanders that has not benefited the Jamaican people. Let's move on to number 2, because a whole heap we have to go through it, may I tell you. It overflowed this evening. Overflowed, oh. We're overflooded with thieving this evening. This evening is an evening of stealing. Let's get on with it. A whole heap we have.
Risky business. Auditor General flags $295.5 million in journal adjustments at Export Division, says internal control deficiencies could hide errors. Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis. The absence of sufficient and appropriate audit evidence to verify $295.5 million in journal adjustments at the Export Division of the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining has been flagged as a concern by the Auditor General. Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis said audits of the 2014 to 2015 and 2015 to 2016 financial statements for the Export Division had unearthed several matters of concern. In the Auditor General's Department's annual report, Monroe Ellis said the division was at risk of undetected errors and irregularities owing to a lack of segregation of duties in the journal entry process. Journal entries are used to record transactions, correct any discrepancies or errors in the initial recording of transactions, ensuring the financial statements reflect the true financial position of an organization. Public Sector Rules, Financial Instructions 5.9.1.1 state that different officers should handle authorizing, certifying, and checking of journal entries. However, Monroe Ellis said without these internal controls, and with transactions totaling $156 million that lacked proper documentation, and $137.5 million in journal vouchers not available for audit scrutiny, the audit scope was limited and prevented her department from verifying the authenticity of these transactions. Headlines delivered to your inbox. Sign up for the Gleaner's morning and evening newsletters. At the same time, the Export Division came under sharp scrutiny for writing off $40.4 million in inventory loss without approval or documentary evidence of the write-off for the period under review. The Ministry of Finance Circular Number 15, dated June 10, 2013, on the write-off of loss of public money, including inventory loss, stipulates the level of approval and reporting requirements for the writing off of public money. However, the Export Division did not provide the requisite approval and formal report for this write-off, the Auditor General stated. Therefore, in the absence of the aforementioned evidence, we could not determine whether the write-off represented bona fide inventory losses. We are also of the view that the deficiencies in the control environment could contribute to concealment of irregularities, Monroe Ellis said. Further, the Auditor General said without a detailed report outlining the circumstances and preventive measures, there was no assurance that similar losses would be prevented in the future. The Auditor General also revealed that the Export Division's management of investments was not in keeping with the requirement of the financial instructions which stipulates that accounting officers should implement adequate controls to include proper accounting records and monthly reconciliation of the investment accounts. She reported that for the period ended March 31, 2015, the division did not provide documentation to support investments totaling $75.32 million, as well as details on the encashments and interest related to these investments. Additionally, there was no evidence of monthly reconciliation between supporting documents and investment records. These deficiencies heighten the risk of undetected fraud, misappropriation, and errors, she said. The Auditor General recommended that the Export Division should be proactive in administering its accounting procedures by ensuring that the appropriate internal controls are in place and working effectively to manage the accounting functions and ensure compliance with government guidelines and accounting standards. Edmund.Campbell@gleanerjm.com.
Now, that's 2 down, more to go. So the first one was Dr. Tufton. This one is now the Ministry of Agriculture. But for fairness in broadcasting, one ought to take note that based on the date under scrutiny, this has not much to do with Floyd Green. This goes back to the Portia Simpson administration based on the date that's under scrutiny, 2014 to 2015 and 2015 to 2016. The JLP government took over in 2016. So most of this one here goes back to whoever was at the Agriculture Ministry under the Simpson-led administration. We know that the Treasury in our politics, both parties benefit from the blunder. Let's move on to somebody else. Lord Jesus, boy, tough. It's hard. Let's continue. Who are we going to next? Pernell Charles. Sister Charles. Dear old Sister Charles. Sister Charles. Come on, Sister Charles. Refresh up yourself. And stop going like you want to play with Pernell Charles' younger daughter. Let's move on, Jamaica. Election year, you know. Whole heap go come out. Why does the Gleaner is telling me about his selling things that I should buy in order to read? I'm not going to buy propaganda, Gleaner. Alrighty. One's not going to buy propaganda. Let me try open this article again because the Gleaner wants me to pay for it to read it. And I'm not interested in paying to read the Gleaner's propaganda. Let me see if I can hit off the read before it behaves badly.
Labour and Social Security Ministry disbursed over $700 million without eligibility criteria, says Auditor General report. Published Tuesday, January 14, 2025, 7:44 p.m. File photo. Parliament in Trinidad gives nod to extension of state of emergency. DeSantis calls special session to implement Trump's immigration policies. Farewell, Dr. Jordan Lauren Levi.
Hold on.
CARICOM to suspend CET to allow cheaper ICE import.
Here are my people. Now allow me to read the Pernell Charles one at all because that is subjected to pain. I'm not allowed to read it free. But in short, Rona for Pernell Charles a 700 million debacle round this so where him walk and just hand out grant with no eligibility criteria being met for disbursing tantamount of money. Dirty Gleaner want me to pay for the article. I mean, no pay for it. Hold on. But I think there's some bits and pieces. Give me a chance to my peeps. Give me a chance there. I think these bits and pieces are from out of this article. Let me see. Hold on to my peeps. Because Gleaner said if you pay for read that, I will not do it. We are not doing it. Hold on there. Yeah, this actually is much. Let me read highlight some important bits out of this Pernell Charles article. The audit found repeated payment. Hold on, bear with. Cause Dirty Gleaner. What's up if you pay for read your liar story? We're just not doing it in a Gleaner. We're not do it. Hold on. Yes, this. In our there's a way not to pay. Me don't know how to do it in a bit and teach. You have to teach me later. But the drunk of them want me to pay for read the liar story. Not that this is liar story, but them in a them time I don't know what Gleaner think to say anybody I go pay for read them gibberish what somebody else I go write about. The audit found repeated payment to 867 individuals, totaling $54 million Pernell Charles, with some beneficiaries receiving as much as $1.5 million. In one instance in 2021, the height of COVID is my addition. It said an individual received 3 separate payments of $500,000 on the same day, back to back. Oopsie, whoopsie, moopsie. Another beneficiary was paid 900. I don't know, so I can't call number. I hold this attack here now. $970,500. I think I saw it go. And I saw it go. $907,500 across 5 transactions between 2020 rather, to 2024. Judgment. We challenge me to Colleen Richards. Despite these large disbursements, the Auditor General said the ministry failed to validate the recipient's needs and verify whether the funds reach genuine and vulnerable individuals. I wonder how much in this collecting from Pernell Charles's ministry under I think it's under the PATH program, how much MPs and councillors receive kickback and tip off out of it. How much people, because I remember one of the Pernell Charles from down a social security office down a Westmoreland was, I think, arrested and put before the court the other day. Because they say the funds never reach vulnerable people. This is what's happening now with politics. It is the reason why people like Shanique Green, it is the reason why people like Shanique Green can have Chapter, Chuck, Buspan Road, Insurance Company, Black Factory, and all the other mess with the resources of the country being drained by these people, and it's not reaching to the vulnerable people. Now, we've heard Pernell Charles talk about the criteria him use, especially in a burial time. You remember how, because of them set criteria, resources couldn't get to people because they couldn't find you upon this system. And if you did latch on to what you call the new system, NIDS, it would have easier to locate you and find you, and all of these nonsense. But yet the same very Department of Pernell Charles is issuing out millions, sometimes multiple allocation to one person in the same day or over a period of time without nothing to tell us where you get the money for, who benefit from the money, who it share up to. Can you tell us what project these money are being used in? It's a scandal across this government when it comes to public finances. Not to say that the People's National Party never will squander with finances as well, because if, as you can see, the article before this has all to do with the Portia Simpson Miller administration. All of them are thief. Post. Come, post, come. Come, post, come. Because the whole of them are thief, you know. Labour and PMP. And all of you across the public sector who work with these thieves, uno figure jail to you know. Uno figure jail because uno help with the robber and thieving, the permanent secretaries, and those who are responsible for financial audits in these departments. Uno figure prison, you know. Uno foot, no fit touch that. Because all I know a criminal. All I know take that in our pocket. It added the absence of these basic guidelines all heighten the risk of misuse of funds and potential mismanagement. This underscored the need for prompt remediation of whatever that acronym is, to ensure responsible stewardship of resources and target support to only genuine and vulnerable individuals. Between 2017 to 2024, ministry record shows payment of 32,399 beneficiaries. The number of beneficiaries skyrocketed by 160.5%, moving from 3,345 in 2017 to 2018 to 8,717 in 2023 to 2024. That was the biggest highlight out of the article regarding Pernell Charles and his ministry. But at some point, the Gleaner will remove their payment restriction, so we can get to read it. Which other devil do we shut off to? Hold on, let's see which other. So, right, let's move over to KSMC. Yes, let's go over to KSMC now and see if we can read that for free. I could say if the drunk them I go block from freedom of information. I know the junk of them still. Oops. Hold on.
KSAMC can't explain $33 million spent on houses for poor Auditor General report. The offices of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation on Church Street in Kingston. Audit uncovers $81 million worth of discrepancies in municipal welfare spending. Parliament in Trinidad gives nod to extension of state of emergency.
The Jankra play the same game. Dirty Gleaner, what is your problem? But the Gleaner play the same game pan this article as well. But Donna Feather, Donna Feather, hold on there. 33 million missing down a feather. Yes, the same feather who might end up on a legislature. That same feather. And this were the date concern from 2018 to 2022 for that discrepancy over KSAMC. Hold on, let me see if I find them or highlights. Of the 63 million disbursed, only 30.3 million was reportedly accounted for. So 63.3 million was disbursed, but only 30.3 million was properly accounted for. So you see 30 billion out of that. So them kickback, them have to get half. Them have to get half for share up for themselves. However, the auditors were unable to identify the beneficiaries of the remaining 33 million worth of housing. So the auditor, 30.3 million was accounted for, so 33 million rather, that was unaccounted for. And for that 33 million that was unaccounted for, they couldn't identify any beneficiaries of housing worth that amount of money. So a whole heap of money. Remember, say Federal, they use the corporation money and look at a hope a young girl and them something there. The Auditor General said the Desmond McKenzie-led ministry provided incomplete data on numbers of beneficiaries under the program between 2018 to 2019 and 2023 to 2024. We just have to find some go back and forth with the work. Every time you go up on him, you jump off and say you have to pay for read me. So you have to keep going back and forth to get a little snippet. Hold on there. While funeral grants were supported by social investigation report, the auditor flagged concern about KSMC provision for education grant. So they never do too bad pan the funeral grant and so, but the education grant, the audit further highlighted gaps in the oversight of aspect to social assistance program. They find gaps in the funeral galangin and them couldn't find no evidence to validate their education grant. I be a choppings in Jamaica. Jamaica, it's a chopping ring. It is a chopping ring, Jamaica. Everybody a chop left, right, and center. You have to move your hand if you don't mind them gone with your hand as well, because all of them are choppers. And chopper just chop and take. What a disgrace. The integrity, hold on there. The integrity of the program was undermined by these transparent and accountable deficiencies, the Auditor General rather said in a report on the performance audit of Jamaica Social Welfare Program. So basically, it's a massive feeding chain, a Guan, a KCMC, down a Pernell Charles. I wonder if they are the article. Then we read it. Let me see if this one I walk and sell this story too. Hold on there. Let me see if this one I got on selly. I walk and sell the news. We see what selly I got say now. Let me see if
Audit uncovers $81 million worth of discrepancies in municipal welfare spending. Published Tuesday, January 14th, 2025, 6:56 p.m. Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis.
Jesus.
NCIA prevents $250 million worth of goods from being placed on shelves for sale in 2024.
I don't know what the Gleaner think she got achieve out of this. Who the Gleaner thing I walk and buy them galanging? But my question if we go back and forth with the Gleaner on this one here, I think I have some snippets of. Hold on there. I close this and open it again so I can grapple out of it. So $81 million worth of discrepancies in municipal welfare spending. The Auditor General identified issues based on record examined between 2017 to 2018 and 2023 to 2024 in the St. Anne's, Portmore, and St. Catherine and Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. The details are contained in a report on performance audit of Jamaica welfare system, which was released by Parliament on Tuesday. That was yesterday. The Ministry of Local Government and Communities Development established the MSAP as support individual living below the poverty line. It is delivered by the parish authorities and covers social housing, indigent housing, education grant, and funeral grant, in addition to administrative support and the provision of these services. Tick one pin there. Remember the other day when Rhoda Mae Crawford came to us and told us about her achievements. Remember she spoke about healthcare grant and educational grant. So never mind. Continue reading. What else with it? I wish part with it. What we there? Hold on there. I could go and come again. St. Anne's Municipal Corporation. An 8.4 million shortfall in reported expenditure, while 26.6 million was reported for 2020 to 2021, And 2022 to 2023, only 18.2 million could be verified through vouchers. Additionally, for 2023 to 2024, reported expenditures of 6 million contradicted verified vouchers, totaling 11.6 million. Keep the dates. Make sure to focus on the date them. Because the date them, we know how are the different teeth them, you know. Portmore Municipal Corporation. A 7.2 million discrepancy was identified with a reported expenditure of 22 million from April 2020 to March 2024, falling short of verified spending of 29.2 million. Boy, they might chop we hard. Chop here, chop there, chop every bloody where. St. Catherine Corporation. A substantial variance of 52 million emerged as audit verified 73.5 million in vouchers compared to the 125.5 million reported. Chopping here, chopping there, chopping all over the goddamn place. Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. Of the 1,263 vouchers sampled, totaling 150.6 million, auditors could not verify 239 of the vouchers, valued at 13.3 million due to missing documentation rather. The ministry and the municipal corporation failed to consistently provide required reports for the 1.53 billion allocated to the MSAP between 2017 to 2018 and 2023 to 2024. I want to say 2023. No, sir, done so. According to the audit department, on a beg of pardon, it stated that this history of non-compliance under the ministry's ability to track the program effectiveness. It also noted that Desmond McKenzie, the thief-led ministry, did not prepare all the annual report for the period to account for 1.53 billion allocated to the program. Jesus Christ, Desmond McKenzie rich. Desmond McKenzie and Fedoy with money. MLGCD, whatever the acronym, provided only 3 annual reports for 2018 to 2019 and 2020 to 2021 and 2021 to 2022 reflected expenditure totaling to 144 million. You know the rapturous number that will go to heaven? 144. No, sir. I'll thief for that thief 144. Continue. For only 7 of the... Hold on. Whereas reports for 2022 to 2020 to 2021 and 2021 to 2022 reflected expenditure totaling 144 million for only 7 of the 14 municipal corporations. Jesus. The report for 2018 to 2019 did not include any information on the project expenditure due to the shortcoming of reporting processes. We remain uncertain about how MLGCD ensures the effective utilization of its resources and assess the overall impact of the program, the Auditor General said. The permanent secretary in the ministry is Marsha Henry Martin. Tiffin Marsha Henry Martin? Yes. Tiffin Marsha, we are Tiffin Desmond Mackenzie. No, sir. Judgment. Judgment. My people. I think that's something you call judgment. So, my golden them a come back up on a broke country, whether them know it or not. When Andrew and Fame hug them, done in a this trophy called Jamaica, we no have no. You see the road them, OPNP decide where them are going to tell we how them are going to fix we road them when them win this year, because certainly we know Andrew not going to win again. That's not up for debate. That Andrew Holness won't win again. We know, no matter the big grandiose promises of how this Prime Minister is going to spend 40 or nearly 50 billion on our roads, we know say a lie. We know say the Prime Minister don't have half a way to talk about. Anyway, so the PNP will have to find a solution to erode them, because I know that Andrew Holness and his regime will not be able to do much about our roads, even though at that them a plan for campaign about, the meekly wait and murmur not syndrome. Yes, at that Andrew I go come to with city, we start the road, we roll out all heap of money upon it. Oh wait, meekly wait and murmur not. Tylon, my friends, is what the Andrew Holness-led regime is going to come and tell you, that we have started the work of rehabilitating your roadways, Jamaica. But tell us though, Andrew Holness, how much will you and your MPs and councils across the country benefit out of, because we know say no, when anything on a distribute to we in a billions, on a thief it back out in a millions. So barely anything ever get done for we. Because rat come, rat thief. Puss come, puss thief. And who there without butter? We the Jamaica people. Who there without butter? The Jamaica people. Because rat come thief. Puss come thief. And we stand up and look for with cheese. I wonder when we're going to get piece of the cheese in Jamaica. Because I just rat and puss. Who thief a rat or puss? Come on and make we decide who is Labour and who is PNP. Who thief a rat or puss? Start fast. Because rat and puss, they be, They are rat and puss. Talk who are the rat and talk who are the puss. Who thief are the rat thiefer? Because rat said, if night did one day longer, I would have learned how to cut back up. And what Andrew Holness is doing now, Andrew Holness has learned to cut back like rat. So the JLP them are the rat and the PNP them are the puss. And sometimes the puss will jump up in front of you on the table. But you know, remember I said the rat bite and blow, Rat and puss. Rat and puss. So the JLP them are the rat and the PNP them are the puss. So anyway, we have to tie with shed bag close to it. Because if the puss get in your shed bag a problem. And if the rat get in your shed bag, a problem. So you have to be careful. Jesus Christ, it's a disgrace. I don't understand why Jamaica people sit down with this financial abuse that end up in creating more crimes such as murder and the maladministration and the negligence in our health care, the breakdown in our education system, the Maros water where we have to go back to drink like when we did in a slavery, we have to go back to the Maros and the river go catch water. I mean, Jamaica, we're back there, you know. Uno me go on like we're not back to going, go catch water upon we head. But try this government a little longer. Hmm? Try this government a little longer and see if we know going back to car water upon we head again. It's Jamaica time after him. Listen, if Andrew Holness real sweet, T4 2 whole term, and I come tell we know, you know, since I play the boy I play with we. Andrew Holness T4, we Andrew Holness 2 term, you know. And Andrew Holness thief through the whole 2 term. And the 1 term where Andrew Holness not certain. I hit Andrew Holness, I promise way out. I man, you're wicked and lie. Andrew Holness, you're wicked. It's the worst promise you ever tell Jamaica people because this year when you sir, they not go believe it because they know say this is the desperate promise. This is the desperate promise, Andrew Holness. But let me tell you something. The country are on a trajectory not to buy it. With all of these scandals popping off round and around you, and we're still yet to go with the bombshell investigative report on illicit enrichment. Andrew cannot revive. Under no circumstance. Andrew has to go. Andrew time has come. Him get him chance, him use it for him and him friend and him family and him picking them benefit. He now has to go. Him wear out him time and patient. You understand? There's no doubt that Andrew Holness have to go. There's no place for Andrew Holness to mess up anymore. I mean, throughout the whole of Andrew Holness regime, is just, you know, we should have a racketeering crime where we can charge people for racketeering because what is happening in both political party, but very much so heightened under the Jamaica Labour Party, is a racketeering island-wide from central to local government with many agencies of government also involved. Many private contractors are involved with the disgrace. Too much now. It is too much now. And what I would advise Andrew Holness to do, call the election before it gets worse. You can't wait till all the hosts top blow off before you start batten down the hatch, Prime Minister. You need to call the election. The worse I get, or the weaker you get. We well want to tackle you, sir. We well want to tackle you because we want you to come out here come talk about integrity and fighting corruption and them something there. You know. And we want you to come out here come talk about how good the economy is doing. Because you said this year a few year, you know. So you have to go turn up the lie. Because we know so you tell a foolish lie. And we are going good lie, lie where we can sink with teeth in and feel say with teeth in the lie, Prime Minister. You understand? Not just the lie, them but we tell you say fuck off and go on your own way with the old bullshit over and over again. Pardon the expression. Enough of Andrew Holness. The country cannot continue without any systems of accountability. Andrew Holness cannot run racketeering and ram raid through the country without no system of accountability. Andrew Holness and him cronies and Alibabas can't just walk and hand out money so and we don't know where to go hungry kill we. When is Jamaica going to rise up though is the question. Because we just sit on docile so that's all Adam can say. You broke pocket holes, cruff. Look how long on that wall and not achieve nothing. Look at me, Adam Holness. Look at me, Adam Holness. How much I have achieved. Look at how much I have achieved. And before I go, I want to address something from the PMP debacle with Lawrence, Golden, Campbell, and the dirty thieving criminal policeman McGregor. This money saga that people are hush money this, hush money that. Let me help some of you to understand, to demystify this hush money scandal. It is not a hush money situation. Now, when a political party places a caretaker candidate in a constituency, you have to fund your efforts or project or whatever within the constituency. So, Mr. Rowe would have spent up a lot of money already since being the caretaker, doing several different things. If Mr. Rowe is to be replaced somewhere else, you don't expect Mr. Rowe to start fundraising all over again and panning on. So the party who is uprooting him would have to provide him the resources. It's a normal thing that both parties do. So don't follow the JLP scandal of this change of money as a hush money. It's quite normal within our party cycle. It's how both party system work. Remember Nigel Clark, when they lease Derek Simmett's seat, them did have to pay off Nigel Clark. We have Delano Steve Wright just bought Samuda's seat. It's the horse trading we're going with, but it's no hush money as you hear it is being, the propaganda is being put. It's not a hush money. This is why it says 15 million in resources. Resources. Not 15 million hush money for him pocket and go sit on one side. In resources. So wherever else we put you, you have money to build out yourself and get yourself on the ground. So I hope people understand it like that and don't get carried away by Cliff Hughes and JLP narrative, even though nobody knows me, not nobody to defend. Me not have nobody in the fighting ring. My job is to either celebrate and say, go on, or, oh, that's hard. Yes, thank you for being on Drive Time London this evening. It's ever lovely to have your support. Thank you very much. Mox, can you go and kick rocks, please? I mean, if you want to try and climb wall backwards, it may provide you the adrenaline. Thank you all very much for being here this evening. Join us back tonight for the people's point of view. Good evening from the Global Television Group.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.